Welcome back to my channel, Online Physics Class by Niharika. So children, as you know that we are studying chapter 1 in chemistry, that is matter in our surroundings. Okay, and this is our third lecture. As I told you that I have started a foundation course for class 9. So if you have not watching my videos, please kindly watch my videos so that you can clear your doubts from basic to high level. Okay. Now in third lecture we are going to start classification of matter. So on the basis of physical states, matter can be divided into three forms or three states. That is solid, liquid and gases. What are the three states of matter on the basis of physical states? Solid, liquid and gases. These are the three states of matter. If somebody asks you what are the three states of matter, so three states of matter are solid, liquid and gases. And we are going to study the characteristics of solid, liquids and gases. Alright, this chapter is not only for class 9. If you are in class 6, if you are in class 7, if you are in class 8, then also you can watch this video because this is the basic chapter from class 6 to class 9 and 10. Okay, so it will clear your all the doubts. Fine. Okay, so on the basis of physical states, all the matters can be classified into three groups: solid, liquids and gases. Now for example, if I give you the example of solid, I don't think I need to give the example for solid. Solid is all around you. Yes, book, table, chair, okay, rock, mountain, these are the examples of solid. If we talk about liquid, then liquid is milk, alcohol, petrol, diesel, okay, all these things are liquid substances. If I talk about gases, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, methane, these are the examples for gases. Fine. Now today we are going to study the characteristics of solid, liquids and gases. So first of all we will talk about solid. Okay. Now properties of solid. Solids have fixed shape and fixed volume. Alright. So children, solid. If I talk about solid, solid have fixed shape and fixed volume. So if for example this is duster, can you see the shape of the duster? It is fixed in shape and size. Okay. So and secondly it has the fixed volume also. Okay. Fixed volume means it occupies the fixed space. Okay. So solid have fixed shape and fixed volume. Now what is the reason that solids have fixed shape and fixed volume? Can you tell me the reason that why solids have fixed shape and fixed volume? The reason is that, children, if I talk about solid, suppose this is any solid. Okay. So in solid, the particles or in the solid are very closely packed. Okay. The particles in the solids are very closely packed. Okay. Particles in the solid are very closely packed. Okay, and that is the reason. If the particles in the solid will be very, you know that all the matters are made up of particles. Particles means atoms and molecules. So in solid, the atoms or you can say molecules are very closely packed with each other. And when the molecules or particles are going to be very closely packed with each other, what will happen? It will become in a rigid form. That is why we say solids are rigid. Okay, rigid in shape and size. So since the molecules or particles are closely packed, that is why solids have fixed shape and fixed volume. I hope this is clear to you. Okay. Now solids cannot be compressed much. We cannot compress solid. Compress solid, suppose this is duster. Can I if I apply the force from this side and this side, can I compress the duster? No. I am applying the force also, but from this side, right side and from left side, I am applying the force. But this duster is not getting compressed. ओके, कंप्रेस मतलब दब नहीं रहा है, ठीक है। तो सॉलिड्स कैन नॉट बी कंप्रेस्ड, रीजन इन सॉलिड द particles are very closely packed, okay, and that is why the solids are rigid, they are hard in shape and size, and we cannot compress the solids. So solids have fixed shape. The very first property is solids have fixed shape and fixed volume. Why solids have fixed shape and fixed volume? Reason, the molecules are very closely packed. In case of solid, they do not move. In solid, the particles or molecules, they do not move. They remain at their position and they vibrate. Okay, they do not move means it doesn't mean they stick to their place. They or at their place they vibrate. On their place only they vibrate. They do not move here and there like in liquids and gases, which we will talk about later. In solid, the molecules they remain fixed at their place, and at their place only they vibrate. Okay, they do not move here and there all around. Alright, that is why in solid, since the particles are very closely packed, they vibrate at their own places. That is the reason they have fixed shape and size. They cannot be compressed. Okay, and that is the reason they have high density. Solids have high density. Okay, why high density? Because what is the formula for density? Density is equals to mass upon volume. This is the formula for density. Okay, so if I talk about in every, suppose if I divide this solid in every unit volume. Unit volume means, suppose if I divide this solid in each cube. Okay, each cube. Okay, you can see it is forming the cube. Okay, one side of the cube we are talking about. So in every unit volume, suppose in this unit volume, this is the unit volume. Unit volume means where each side is 1 cubic centimeter. So in this unit volume you can see the molecules are very closely packed. So density का formula क्या होता है बेटा? Mass upon volume. So in every unit volume, since the molecules are very closely packed, that is why the solids have high density. Okay, alright. The reason is clear to you why solids have high density. Because in every unit volume, per unit volume, this is known as per unit volume. Per unit volume, mass per unit volume. Okay, in every unit volume, the molecules are very closely packed. That is the reason solids have high density. Okay, now the next property is solids do not fill their containers completely. You cannot fill the solid in any container. Yes or no? Because again same reason, molecules are very closely packed. There is a strong intermolecular forces between the particles of solid. Particles of solid के बीच में क्या है? Strong intermolecular forces है. Suppose this is one molecule, this is another molecule. They are strongly attracted with each other. They only vibrate at their position. Clear? Strong intermolecular force between the particles there is between the solid particles of the solid. Okay, solids do not flow. Solids cannot be flow. Okay, solids do not flow. I hope properties of solids are clear to you. Solids have, very first property is solids have fixed shape and fixed volume. Solids cannot be compressed much. Solids have high density. They are heavy. Why they are heavy? Because they have high density. Solids do not fill their container completely and solids do not flow. ठीक है? Alright, properties of solids are clear to you. Now let's come to the properties of liquid. Now suppose children, I have taken any liquid in a container. Now if I talk about the particles of liquid, how is the arrangement of the particles of liquid is there? In liquid, the molecules are little bit separated. The molecules are little bit, or you can say the particles are little bit separated. Okay. particles are little bit separated. Can you see there is a gap between two particles in liquid? Yes, and that is why we can say that liquid can flow. Liquid can flow. Solid cannot flow. Please, I am reminding you. Reason? Because the molecules in solid are closely packed. Okay, but liquid can flow. Liquid can flow or not? Yes, liquid can flow. Reason? Because there is not much force of attraction or intermolecular force of attraction between the particles of solid. Okay, there is a little bit space between the particles of solid. Alright, so that is, sorry, I am talking about liquid. There is little bit intermolecular space between the particles of liquid. Okay, so that is why liquid can flow. Okay, so liquids have a fixed volume but they do not have a fixed shape. Liquid take the shape of the vessel in which they are placed. Now you know, if you pour liquid in any container, does the volume of the liquid will change? If you are pouring 100 ml of liquid in a container, will it be becoming 200 ml? No. So what we can say? That liquid have fixed volume. Liquids have fixed volume but they do not have fixed shape. Because suppose if you have taken a jar, you are keeping the liquid in the jar, this jar, so it will take the shape of the jar. If you are taking this round bottom flask, and you are filling the liquid here, so it will take the shape of the round bottom flask. So liquids do not have a fixed shape. They take the shape of the container in which they are placed, but they have a fixed volume. Liquids have a fixed volume. Their volume do not change. Okay, solids also have a fixed volume. Liquids also have a fixed volume. Okay, like solids, liquids cannot be compressed much. Solid is, very hard. You cannot compress. But liquids can little bit be compressed as comparison to solid. Solid की comparison में liquid को आप थोड़ा compress कर सकते हो. क्यों कर सकते हो? Reason? Because there is little bit less intermolecular force of attraction as comparison to solid. Why? Because you can see the gap between two molecules. Can you see the gap between two molecules? Okay. So that is why the liquid can be compressed. It means the molecules, and liquid can flow also. So the molecules or particles of liquid can move here and there. They cannot move too much here and there, but since they have space between the particles, so they can move here and there. That is why liquid can flow. Okay. Liquids have moderate to high densities. They are usually less dense than solid because their molecules can move here and there. Okay, so if they are less denser as comparison to solids. Okay, liquids do not fill their container completely. Liquids generally flow easily. So I hope it is clear to you all. They have a fixed shape and size. No, they do not have a fixed shape and size. They have a fixed volume. Okay, and they do not have a fixed shape and size. Okay, liquids take the shape of the vessel in which they are placed. Okay, liquids can be compressed little bit. Okay, liquids have moderate to high density. They are usually less dense than solids. Liquids do not fill their container completely and liquids generally flow easily. Now let's come to the properties of gases. Now if we talk about the molecules or particles of gases, so they are very far from each other. Can you see? They are very far from each other. One molecule is far from another. Another is far from other. They have a large intermolecular spaces between the molecules. Can you see? There is a large space between the molecules, and that is why gases can flow very much. Okay, gases can flow at very high rate. Why? Because they have large intermolecular spaces between their molecules. इनके molecules के बीच में जो space है वो सबसे ज़्यादा maximum है. That is why gases can also flow more as comparison to liquids. You can see. Okay. And if I talk about intermolecular force of attraction, so here there is a least intermolecular force of attraction between the molecules, because you can see molecules are very far apart. They are moving, they are hitting the wall of the container. They are moving here and there. They are moving here and there. Okay, they are moving like here and there in haphazard manner. Okay, why they are moving? Because there is a very least, I can say, intermolecular force of attraction between the molecules. So gases have neither a fixed shape nor a fixed volume. Okay, they neither have a fixed shape nor have a fixed volume. Gases acquire the shape and volume of the vessel in which they are kept. As it is similar to liquids, gases can be compressed easily into a small volume. Now maximum compression, least compression, lesser compression and maximum compression can be done in gases because the intermolecular force of attraction is least. Okay, gases have very low density, they are very light. A gas is much lighter than the same volume of liquid or solid. Gases fill their container completely. Gases flow easily. Is it clear to you or not, children? Whatever the points I have told you, that gases can be compressed, because this is only the reason about the molecules, how they are placed. Rest points are here and there, that what is fixed in shape, what can flow. This is very easy. Okay, so in gases can be compressed very much at very high rate. Gases can be compressed because there is a maximum distance between the two molecules. Okay, next is they have low density, because if you divide this in unit volume, so you can see in unit volume there is coming less number of molecules. So density is equals to mass upon volume. Okay, so you can see the mass is less, so density will be less. Mass less, so density will be less. Clear? Next, gases fill their container completely and gases can flow easily. As I told you, liquid can also flow easily, gases can also flow easily. So the substances which can flow easily are known as fluids. Clear? What is fluid? Let me tell you what are fluids. Fluids are the substances F-L-U-I-D-S. Gases and liquids. Gases and liquids together are known as fluids. Why they are known as fluids? Because they can flow easily. So I hope children all the physical properties of solid, liquid and gases are clear to you. If you have any doubt, do comment me in the comment section. I make you assure that I'll make this chapter completely in a very easyable manner for you, so that you can understand this chapter easily. If you have any doubt, do comment it and kindly like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.